something that I feel like you guys may have been hearing in my previous videos. So for those of you who don't know, I've been taking care of some outdoor cats. They're feral cats, right? But I started taking care of them when they were babies. And those babies ended up turning into adults and having their own babies. So, I think you guys have seen in one of my, like, vlog videos, I fed them and you guys were with me. It was a while back, I think maybe last summer, or was it this summer? I don't know. But, I took you with me to feed them and you got to see them. They're super cute. So, the mother and father that I took care of had two kittens, and I named them Shadow and Luna. They're black cats with like some white. I'll insert a picture of Luna for you guys because she's our main character of this evening. So Luna, aka Lun, that's what I call her. Her and her brother ended up staying in my backyard, and their parents, who I took care of when they were babies, they bounced, they left. They were like, "Here are our children, you take care of them, bitch." Like, deuces. So I was like, excuse me, and they were just little babies, and I was taking care of them and feeding them and being their little mommy. And I grew to love both of them so much, but I was still so sad that their mom and dad, who I originally took care of, which was, so it was Blackie was the dad, and the mother was called Sissy, because they were brother and sister. So, anyway, they left me, so I have not seen them since, like, it's been 2 years now. They left me with their two kids. Like, I was the grandma, like, grandma take care of them, you know. So anywho, so here I'm left with Luna and Shadow, and love them, but they were not as close with me as Blackie and Sissy. Like, it took me such a long time to build rapport with both of them. The little boy, he was the male, he was more, the little boy, the male cat, Shadow, was more like coming up to me, rubbing on me. He wanted me to pet him the whole nine. Now, his sister, Luna, she, on the other hand, hold on guys, I'm getting parched. She, on the other hand, I love this thing. It's glass with silicone, so if you drop it, it doesn't break. Okay, so I love Lun. She's the cutest, but Lun, she didn't want nothing to do with me. She's like, "Grandma, put the food down." And sounds like, "Do not stay here, don't watch me." Like, she wouldn't even come up to me. She just wanted me to put food and leave, while her brother was getting all the cuddles and pets from me. So then I slowly started to treat the brother with like flea medication, but I could never treat her because she wouldn't come close to me. It would drive me nuts. But anyway, as time progressed, Miss like, Loon, you can't do this, girl. Like, you cannot do this. Like, I was left to take care of you and your brother, and now you're giving me your child. Like, you can't do this, girl. But Luna was not trying to leave me her kid, because Luna knew how good she had it in my backyard. I have 2 heated houses for her. Like, our setup is crazy. Like, she gets treated better than like any indoor cat. So anyway, I got her a little hammock, an outdoor hammock. Like, she was living her best life. So Luna just came to show me her kitten a few times, like 5 or 6 times, and then stopped bringing her kitten to me once the kitten was getting bigger. She ended up, like, I guess, like, they detach, you know, like, mom goes one way, kitten goes the other way, but she didn't want the kitten to, unlike her mom and dad. She was like, that's my backyard. So I don't know where this kitten went, but that was the end of that, right? So now I'm like, okay, I need to get this little hoochie mama, because she's gonna keep getting pregos out here, you know, with these men out here. So I was like, I need to grab her and like get her neutered, spayed, whatever. Like, I need to figure this out. So little by little, guys, I've been trying to build this rapport with her, like giving her treats, giving her those little squishy, like, you know, those cat like things. I've been spending so much money on this girl. Slowly but surely, I got her to let me pet her. Like, this was big, guys, because she wouldn't even come next to me. So for me to pet her, for her to give me her belly, for her to rub up on me, it was like, I was like, oh my god, like, who is this cat? So then something happened with my dad, which I will get into. That's gonna be my next story. But so this event happened with my dad, and I wasn't able to go out and feed her like I typically would. So she started coming to the door. Guess what, guys? Slowly but surely, I treated her for fleas to make sure that was good before I brought her in. And I got her inside now. So the next thing now is getting her to go in the litter boxes. I'm having such a hard time. If anyone can give me some pointers on that, I would appreciate it. I have 3 litter boxes with 3 different litters in there for her. One of them has like outdoor grass and dirt, so it reminds her of the outside, but she has not been going in any of the litter boxes, and she's been crying for me to let her out. So one day I went 2 days with not letting her out, hoping that she'll use the litter box, and she didn't. So I had to let her out to relieve herself, because that's just torture, and I didn't have it in my heart. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm trying. Okay, they're doing Tokyo drifts in front of my house. I'm so sorry. I'm trying everything to get this cat to use her bodily functions indoors, because I then want to bring her to the vet, get her neutered, the whole 9, and I'm a little nervous because if I can't toilet train her, I can't keep her in the house. So I don't toilet train, like if she's a child, litter box train. So please, if anyone has any tips or tricks, let me know, because I feel like I'm exhausting all my options and nothing is working. She's soiled the floor already. It's been tough, guys. It has been tough. So please, if you are a cat lover or you know things about cats, let me know in the comments, because your girl is struggling. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. Now me and Luna are like this. She wants me to pet her 24/7, 7 days a week. She's been in the house for about like 4 days now. She still runs if I walk past her. She hides underneath the stairs. That's our little like getaway. She's just super cute. She just wants to be pet. She loves to watch TV. Like, I have to literally put a time restraint on her. That's her, by the way. If you heard that, that was her jumping off the couch. I have to literally put a time restraint on how much she can watch TV, because this girl loves watching TV. I've never had an animal that likes to watch TV. Have you ever? Like, weird. So I put on cat channel thing on YouTube. I'm telling you, I'm going crazy. But she loves it. But I only let her watch a half an hour during the day and half an hour at night, and that's it. That's it. Anyway, so that is my story with Luna, my little cutie pie. I'm still working on the domestication part, but she's doing really, really good. Like, she is such a house cat already at heart. It's not even funny, because she's been a diva from when she's been outside. Like, she doesn't even leave my backyard. If she does, she goes out for like 15 minutes and she comes back. So basically, she's always been like a house cat, but like just outdoors, if that makes sense. She's a diva, guys. What other outdoor cat has like a heated house, you know, and gets fed twice a day by me, and treats and catnip and the whole line. Anyway, okay, so that's Loon. Then the next crazy event has to do with my dad, guys. Oh my gosh, this man, he's gonna make me have a stroke. He's gonna make me have a stroke. Just die. This man's gonna make me die. So my dad is 80 years old. He had no business having me at 45. Pa, if you're watching, you already know. You already know. He had no business, guys, no business. Even though I was told that I was like the oopsie baby, like the one that wasn't supposed to happen, but happened. So my dad was 45 and my mom was 40 when they had me. Here I am. So anyway, so my poor dad has been going through it. So his vision has been slowly declining, and he's going to his doctor's appointments on his own and coming back and telling me like, oh, it's glaucoma, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, but it just keeps getting worse and worse, and he's treating all the things that it supposedly is, but his vision's still getting worse. And every day that I'm around him, he makes comments to me like, oh, it's a bad eye day, or I can't see too well, or he's covering one eye, and you know, it's alarming as his daughter to see that, because now I'm like getting concerned, like what's going on with his eyes. And then like I seen him like moping around, and you know, so long story short, you know, my whole family's been pushing him, go to a specialist. So finally he goes to a specialist. This has been going on since the beginning of COVID. Needless to say, my father does not like going to doctors. I think he learned his lesson though. I think he did. So he's nothing like me. Like, I'll run to the doctor for like a cut, and he's like the polar opposite. Anyway, so long story short, he goes to a specialist, and the specialist is like, you need to go see a neurologist ASAP, because what's going on with your vision? Like, I think there's something more to it than just the glaucoma and this and that. So we book the appointment to the neurologist, and she was a gem. I went with him because I'm like, I need to figure out like what's going on here, you know, because then he gets nervous and he doesn't remember anything, whatever. So we go to the neurologist, and she tells us that she thinks he has a tumor in his pituitary gland. So I'm like, what? Like, Miss Ma'am, excuse me, what? And then she explains, you know, like, don't worry, 90% of these tumors are not cancerous, but they impede the vision, and they impede your peripheral vision, and your father has already lost like 50% of his vision in one eye and like 30% in the other, and 9 out of 10 times it's this type of tumor that's causing it. I was freaking out. My dad was freaking out. We were all freaking out, okay? So we had to get all these testing, MRIs, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And it confirms, guys, that he had a 4 centimeter mass on his pituitary gland. Now, if you don't know, the pituitary gland is literally, it's literally like right between your eyes, straight back in your skull, in your brain. So it's ultimately a brain tumor. But luckily, they do not need to cut his head like exteriorly to get to this tumor. They go in a more non-invasive way, but it's still invasive. They go through your nose, they break your sinus cavity, they get to your skull, they shave your skull, and then they go in, they pull the tumor out through the nose, then patch your sinus cavity back up, and boom, tumor is out. Now it seems super easy, me explaining it, even hearing it from the surgeon, but it was no joke, and I wasn't even the one getting the surgery done. My poor dad did. So of course, before this operation, we went to so many different doctor's appointments, hence why I was not uploading as consistently. I was taking so many breaks. I was taking breaks from work and this and that. It was tough, guys. I am still trying to recuperate from all of this, and his surgery was November 12th. So anyway, dad gets the surgery, tumor gets pulled out. We're good, right? No, that's what we thought. So we were in the hospital for 3 nights. After the surgery, and I was with him all 3 nights. Thank God my brother helped. He came to relieve me so I could go home, shower, take like a little nap, and then go back. Because my dad is the worst patient, guys, ever. This man, he's never had surgery. The last time he had surgery, he was like 30 for a hernia. God bless him. But he hasn't had any surgeries. So it was a big baby. But he had every reason to be, okay? And he was super nervous, but I was with him throughout everything, literally, like, throughout everything. So, but he would not let me sleep. This man in the hospital would not let me sleep. He's talking to me, telling me to move his bed up, down, left, right. He had to pee every 5 seconds. It was hysterical. I make fun of him till this day. I'm like, you literally, like, didn't give me a break. And he knew. But anyway, whatever he needed, I didn't care. So I didn't sleep those 3 days. I must have slept like 3 hours the whole 3 days. It got to the point that I was like shaking, like it was bad, and I wasn't coherent anymore. Like I couldn't retain or process anything that the doctors or the nurses were telling me. And then thank God they were like, you guys could leave. And I'm like, amen. When I got home, I took the longest nap of my life. It felt so good. It was so good to finally like come back home, to know that he was home with me and like everything went well. But then my poor dad started to feel like shit, and I was seeing a big decline from when we got home. He was throwing up, he was pale, he couldn't get out of bed. It was bad. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like everything went good with the surgery, like post-op everything was great, and now a week and a half, 2 weeks in, like what's going on? So now I'm getting worried. And I'm like, Bob, like, we are messaging the surgeon and we are asking them if this is normal, because I don't think this is normal. And lo and behold, it was the day before Thanksgiving, and the surgeon's physician's assistant was like, you need to get him to the hospital and you need to come back into Manhattan, because his surgery was in Manhattan, in the city. It wasn't too far. It was like a half an hour drive from Brooklyn. But anyway, so we had to go back into the city for the emergency room, but they wanted us to go to that specific hospital because the neuro team that did his surgery, like that's where they're housed. So if they needed to go back in, or if it was something serious, they were there. But it was the day before Thanksgiving, so guess what? Nobody was there. Oh, it was a little bit of a nightmare. So we rushed there to find out that his blood pressure is low, his sodium levels were low, his cortisol levels were low, everything was low, like dangerously low. And it makes sense now to why he wasn't himself. His blood pressure was super, super low, like non-existent almost. It was terrible. And on top of it, he was taking his blood pressure medicine to make it even lower. Nightmare, guys, nightmare. So the day before Thanksgiving, we are there. He ends up getting admitted. So we stay that night into Thanksgiving, and we are there all Thanksgiving Day. So we spent Thanksgiving in the hospital, but at least I was with him, so I didn't care. And then finally, Thanksgiving night, we got the A-OK that he could leave because his pressure went back up. The observation was done. They gave him antibiotics because they said he had a little infection, and we got to come home. And thank God, ever since that day, he's been doing much better. They did give him steroids to give him more energy, and we're gonna follow up with his surgeon actually soon. And then we have to follow up with an endocrinologist as well, because these type of tumors can interfere with your endocrine system. I learned so much about this stuff because I was like doing a Googling. I was Googling, okay? I was Google Queen. I was MD of Google, okay? The Google MD, that was me. So I even Googled the surgery. I watched what they would have to do during the surgery, before his surgery, because I wanted to know everything. And when the doctors talked to me, I wanted to understand everything and be able to have a reciprocal back and forth conversation in regards to his medical conditions. And all I have to say is, anytime anyone needs surgery, please educate yourself. Please educate yourself on what's going on. It is very important. Don't just assume that the doctor knows what he's doing and that's it. Like, you need to educate yourself, because as much as I was prepared on his surgery and everything that had to do with him, there was still a lot of things that I was like, wait, what, why did we need that? Why did we need this? Like, you know, I was doing my own research too, but obviously always talk to the doctor. I mean, I'm not a doctor. You get it. Anyways, so thank God he's doing much better. Much better. I mean, he still needs me for every little thing, and I've been with him, helping him through this whole process. I'm very behind with work, but that's okay. I'm slowly catching up. Slowly. I've been a little overwhelmed. A lot was going on, even with ASMR. Like, I was hosting the Christmas collab, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what a time for all of this to happen, because I just felt like the whole world was on my shoulders, and I had so much going on. And limited time, guys, limited time. I was basically being my dad's nurse, trying to have, do my job as an evaluator, and then like just life in general. It's been tough, guys. It has been tough. This has been one hell of a year, to say the least. Anyway, so luckily, Pa is okay. He's on his road to recovery. He is not out of the woods. They said that it's going to take 3 months before we know if he's fully out of the woods, because they had to patch his skull, and we have to make sure no brain fluid leaks. Like, that's a big no-no, and we are always looking out for that, because if that happens, we have to go back to the emergency room. Like, not cute. A lot of different components to this, but luckily, and I've been telling him as well, if there was any type of tumor he was gonna get, this is the one I'm happy he got, because it's, like I said, 90% non-cancerous, and he doesn't need chemo or radiation or whatnot. And trust and believe, my family, we've been there. We know firsthand. So thank God it wasn't anything like that, and he just needed the surgery, and already his vision has improved a little bit, which is also key, because that tumor was pushing on his ocular nerves, so his eye nerves, the tumor was like hitting into it, and that's why he was losing the vision. I mean, some of it has already caused permanent damage, and he's not going to regain it, but some of it will get better over time. Already, he said his clarity has been so much better. But my main thing as to why I'm sharing this story is, number one, please don't be scared to go to doctors, okay? I know, that it's a catch-22 with some doctors, right? Some doctors really want what's best for you. Some doctors, they might just pump you with medicine and call it a day. But when there's something going on with you, you have to listen to your body. Number one, be in tune with your body. Number two, seek help from a professional so that things do not escalate and so that things do not get worse. My dad could have been completely blind if he didn't follow up with a specialist. The surgeon told him it was only a matter of time. This would have took out all of his vision. The tumor, the bigger it got, would have ruined him, okay? And he probably would have never gotten his vision back. Once you go blind, that is it. So I am forever grateful for the specialist who forced him to go to the ocular doctor, who then brought us to the neurosurgeon. Like, it's not a fun situation. It's very stressful for everyone involved, not just for him, but for everybody, right? So luckily, like I said, it's behind us. We're moving forward, and he is healing and recuperating. But the moral that I was trying to tell you is, if something is going on with you, please always go for second opinions. Go to doctors, get yourself checked. Don't just put it on the back burner, because it can escalate and get more severe and worse. So please, 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 the moment something is not sitting right, or you're trying to fix something and it's not getting better, that's a cue. That's a cue to follow up. Go to a different doctor, find a specialist, do what you have to do. We have one body, guys. Okay, just one body. Unfortunately, we gotta take care of ourselves. So with that being said, that is the second crazy thing that has happened. And it's so crazy that this freaking cat, she caught on that I was busy with her grandfather up here, okay? And she knew, and it's so crazy how she gravitated towards the door. I was like, let me come on in. So anyway, that's really pretty much it, guys. And I've been going crazy with work. I have some work stories. Oh my gosh, that might be for another video, for another day, because that's really long. But some work stories that just happened in September, October, November, now December, that will blow your mind. I'm telling you, every year, there's always a situation with a certain parent or a certain school or a certain situation regarding a case that arises that makes you say, what, you know what I mean? But that's anyone's career. But some of these stories, guys, some of these stories are like unfathomable. Like, you will be like, okay, what, like, excuse me, what did you just say? So we'll do that for another day, like some work story tea. We will totally do that for another day. And then another little incident in the midst of all this. Someone hit into my car. Guys, I can't make this up. I was at work. I don't notice anything. I get home, I get out of the car, and I'm like, what? Paint chipped, dent, the whole nine on the driver's side back panel. Like someone was getting at a spot. It just like, it was just like, screw you and your car. Like, don't you look? And yeah. So now that's another thing I have to do is go get my car fixed. But I'm not rushing. I'm probably gonna go after the holiday season, because no one has time for that. I need my car just in case of an emergency and for work, so I cannot be dropping it off at the auto body shop anytime soon. Also, a little update for my real ones, my day ones, the ones that always watch my videos, that know so much about me. You guys know that I need my own eye surgery. If you are new, I have a lacrimal gland prolapse. Try saying that shit 3 times in a row. Basically, my tear gland popped out. It's supposed to be behind the muscle. It popped out, and it's like bulging out. It's cute. It's really cute. It looks like a hive, basically, on my eyelid. But it's also causing inflammation of my eyelid, which is not cute. And I finally found a doctor who knows what the hell he's doing. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, because every ocular plastic surgeon I was calling was like, ma'am, I haven't done that type of surgery in a very long time. Or, ma'am, I haven't done any of those type of surgeries. Like, people coming here for like eyebrow lifts and this and that, and I'm like, no, I want someone who does this surgery on a consistent basis, who could do it with their eyes closed, because these are my eyes. These are my eyes. So, I finally found this really good doctor in Manhattan. I scheduled my appointment for December 31st, but I did get a phone call today that I missed, and it was a voicemail asking if I could bump up my appointment time, and I'm assuming it's because they realized it was on New Year's Eve, because my appointment's at like 3 o'clock. So now I have to call them because I do not want to risk losing that appointment with this guy, because he seems like he knows what he's doing and he's a great ocular surgeon, and that's what I need. So that should be fun. But whenever I get that surgery booked, I'm going to let you guys know, because I know I'll be out of commission for at least a good 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and you're probably like, "Okay, but we don't see your eyes anyway." Yeah, that's fine, but how can I film ASMR if I can't see? So hopefully, once I book the surgery and if everything goes well during the consult, I'll keep you guys up to speed so you know, or I could pre-film some videos, obviously, beforehand, you know, so I don't leave you out in the dry, because I hate doing that, guys. You know I'm super consistent, and if you ever don't see me around, just know something's going on. Something is going on, okay? Because Kay will not leave you hanging. I am a loyal trooper, okay? You guys are my family, and I will not leave my ASMR family out in the cold. So if you ever not see me around, just know something must have happened. And I'll always try to fill you in as much as I can. I'm not gonna lie. I am an open book to a certain extent. And then I also have to put that barrier up a little bit. That's why you guys don't get to see my face. Because as much as I'm an open book, there are some things I don't like out there in the interwebs, if you get what I'm saying. So there are some things that I still have not discussed because they're personal. Okay. Because they're personal. Jesus, what's wrong with me today? Because they're personal, and I don't feel comfortable because it doesn't just involve me. There's another party involved, and I don't feel comfortable discussing those type of things on the internet. But just know that your girl's also going through some other things too, okay? And I'm trying my best here. I am trying my best to be positive and to be on top of my ASMR channel, because you know we've been around now. We're going on 5 years, and I've put so much effort into this channel, and I am not going nowhere, guys. I'm not going nowhere. I invested too much time and energy, and I love doing this. This is one of my favorite hobbies outside of reading, of course. And I just love it, and I love you guys, and I love the random comments I get where people are like, "You're amazing, you help me sleep," or "You help me de-stress." I've gotten some from mothers, from new first-time mothers who are like, "I'm so stressed out, gay," and like, your videos help me so much. That's all I need to hear from one person, is that my videos help you. Whether it makes you feel better, it makes you sleep, it helps you relax, you tingle, you relate to me, whatever it is, just knowing that I am a clutch, or I'm here for one of you guys, means a lot to me. So just know that, and I would not jeopardize leaving you guys out in the dry. I mean, I know there's a lot of other ASMR artists out there, but still, like, I know some ASMR artists I used to love prior to making my channel that would just randomly stop and leave and not say where the hell they were going, and it's like, "Excuse me, Miss Ma'am, like, I've been invested in you and your channel, and you're just gonna up and leave me and not tell me where you went. Like, where are you? Where are you? Like, I'm waiting for an upload." So, guys, I am so sorry. I got interrupted, and I forgot what part I was up to. I think I was just saying how, you know, I would never leave you guys high and dry, and if I ever did need to take a break or whatever, I would keep you posted. So don't worry, but I'll keep you posted with my eyes and things of that sort, and I'll also follow up with you guys on the work stories. We'll do a separate video for that as well.